Welcome to the real Ramblers movie talk for fanatics. The real Ramblers movie talk for fanatics. And now your hosts, Bill and Lee Howard.
Hello! And
holy moly.
Did you hear the growl? That was good. I got some growl in
There's
that
a
one.
wolf in here.
Welcome to the Real Ramblers. I am Roger Murtaugh, and this is Martin Riggs.
Get up, Roger. We got to get some bad guys.
That's not a bad Mel Gibson, actually. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I'll not.
It's not as good.
Duncan.
It's not as good as my Riggs, as my Murtaugh.
Yeah. I'll only do Mel Gibson impressions of his characters, not maybe so much his real life rantings.
Yeah. Welcome, folks. Today we are going to go over a few movies, strangely enough, that we have not seen.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to
tell you if they're good, if they're bad.
Yeah, we'll let you know. Because we are the ultimate voices in film, we are going to instruct you as to what films to see or not see in the 2024 movie season.
And if you see the ones that we tell you not to see, you are dead to us.
Yep.
And we'll kill you.
Yeah. Well, dead to us was fine, and then you went into actual physical harm.
Okay. I'm going to mail you a bomb.
Oh, no. It's getting worse, Lee.
2024 movies. This is just our things we're looking forward to.
So it's a huge list so far, and I'm sure there's a lot more to come. But I think for geeks in our age group, the biggest thing we're looking forward to, I don't know, is Deadpool 3.
Oh.
Well, that's not the next year, is it?
Superman Legacy?
Yeah.
I thought it was 2024.
Oh, I thought it was 2025.
Maybe
they haven't
you're
even
right.
started filming, have they?
You're right. I'm going to scratch that off my list. So Deadpool 3.
Jesus.
Oh, brother. I don't know why I thought it was next year. I think you're right. It's 2025.
I'm pretty sure it's 2025.
Balls. You're right.
I don't think they'd be able to film that,
sucks.
edit it, and get it out in 2024
No, that's fair.
No, so Deadpool 3.
Yeah, that's going to be a crazy.
Rumors, if all the rumors are true, it's going to be the most insane movie ever made.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's like, I know a lot of people are like, have like superhero fatigue, you know?
Yeah.
And also,
but it's also the only DC release. Oh, actually, I know Superman's the next year because Deadpool 3 is supposed to be the only release next year.
like the only superhero Marvel.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. I read something about it was their only release next year theatrically.
Okay, I don't know.
Which is good. I heard that that Disney said that their new plan is that they want to scale back and give some time. So I think they've been listening to people with superhero fatigue.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Looking on my list here, I don't see anything else. Marvel.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
The only Marvel things coming up is Madam Web, which I was like, this looks kind of fun.
Yeah, it does look fun.
Because I don't give that much of a shit about the characters and stuff like that. So I'm just like, oh, that's neat. And then Deadpool 3, and then Kraven the Hunter, which I don't give a fuck about.
I forgot about Kraven.
And then a Venom 3, which I super don't give a shit about.
No, and I don't think that'll be next year.
It said, but who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Deadpool 3.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I'm psyched for because I love.
Oh my God, yeah.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
They're just so good. And
Hugh Jackman, like the leaked pics of him in his like comic accurate
amazing
blue and yellow suit is
just
crazy.
Having him back is super cool.
Oh my God.
And I don't know, Deadpool doesn't fit into that superhero fatigue because it's its own thing.
It's different, yeah.
You know, people aren't going to a superhero movie, they're going to an action comedy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think people look at it the same way.
No, and it's like, I mean, knowing Deadpool, knowing Ryan Reynolds, he'll probably just be like, yeah, we all have superhero fatigue, but, this is something different. That's my Ryan Reynolds impression.
It's pretty good.
I'm working on it. I'm workshopping it. Yeah, so it's like, I think because it's so, like, it knows what it is. Like, I mean, the pictures that leaked of him and Wolverine, kind of spoilery, but a lot of it is also the stuff that I've heard. It's like, you don't know if it's real or not. It could be a rumor. But, like, they're fighting in front of a giant 20th Century Fox logo that's all broken down and collapsed because those movies are gone, you know? So I think because it's so...
But isn't there rumors of a bunch of other...
Oh my God, yeah. And it's like, I think
tons of other superheroes
and
from
I
other
think
movies,
a lot of them are like from the shitty movies. Like supposedly like Jennifer Garner's Elektra will
Yeah,
show
that's
up
right.
in it, and like maybe Affleck's Daredevil will
Yeah.
show up in it.
See, I for one would love to see that because I actually kind of dig that movie.
You know what? Like
the director's cut.
The director's
especially.
cut wasn't too bad. It's still. It's not great. Rewatch it, like the playground scene. Oof,
The playground scene is bad,
Yeah, but
I'll
it's
admit that.
fun. It's still
but the
fun
movie
and watchable.
itself was pretty cool.
And I mean, fucking Nickelback, they're in there, and Evanescence. So if this isn't a more like early 2000s movie, I don't know what is. But it's fun. But I mean, just to see, it would be hilarious to see him in it. And then there's talk of like that like Chris Evans might show up as the Human Torch, and stuff from those Fantastic Four movies, which would be like amazing. Honestly, if they brought in all these,
because all that stuff is the stuff that made the other ones super fun, like the little tiny Brad Pitt thing.
Oh yeah, oh god, yeah,
so funny,
amazing,
so funny.
Yeah, I love the two Deadpool movies are amazing. I like one much better than two, but I still like two.
Really?
Like it's still really
I might
fun.
have liked two better.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Was two the one with Atomic, whatever her name was? No, that was one.
Yeah, a Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Right.
Yeah, she was in two as well, but Domino.
She was more in one. Domino was the reason I think I like two better.
She was great.
Domino was so good.
Yeah.
She was so
She was
awesome.
super, super, super great.
Yeah.
That actress is awesome.
Yeah.
And Josh Brolin was Cable and awesome in it. And
that was the one with Juggernaut, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I really dug two.
I still really liked it. I just think I liked the first one maybe a bit more.
Yeah. But I love them both. They're so great.
Yeah.
So I'm really psyched for three.
I'm really excited to see what it'll be like.
Knowing Ryan Reynolds and his approach to these movies, no matter what the trailers are going to have, I'm sure there's going to be 10,000 surprises.
Oh my God, yeah. So. Yeah, they'll purposefully, like, that'll be a good case of, like, the trailer's not going to show too much. It'll show some, like, big things. Like, old X-Men actors are coming back.
Yeah.
Some are rumored, some are, like, supposedly confirmed and stuff like that.
I'm pretty
So
psyched.
it'll just be amazing. And then I'm so curious how Deadpool's role, because now he's like, he's in the Disneyverse. He's going to be part of it, So it's like
there'll be jokes about that.
Oh my, yeah, and it'll be weird that like going forward after Deadpool 3, because they're like supposedly Deadpool's going to be a big part of like the new Avengers movies and stuff like that. Yeah, like Secret Wars
and stuff.
And all that stuff. So it's like to have a regular Marvel movie where they're doing their Marvel stuff, and then Deadpool being like.
But still, they threw Spider-Man and they threw Rocket Raccoon into it.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah, just because he's like fourth wall breaky.
Yeah.
But it'll work because it's Deadpool and he doesn't love Deadpool.
Yeah.
So that's probably one of my top excited.
And I think people would accept that joke if he's in an Avengers movie and
we
Falcon's beside him and he talks to the camera and Falcon's like, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Like it could be funny and it could
totally,
still work.
They'll be like, this guy's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. So
it'll be great. It's going to be awesome as hell. And
so to me, that's like one of the biggest ones. Is there like one that you're like, yeah, next year is for this movie?
I think, and it's just for me personally, is like the new Crow is coming out. So I have not.
But will it?
I just saw an article being like the post-production is
good.
So I'll wait till I see a trailer first, because obviously I'm a huge Crow guy, and it's like because they've had so many starts and stops and will they won't they stuff. I'm really excited. I want to know what he looks like. Did you see that they released also on my list is the new Nosferatu?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Because they released like a photo and you can't see him. He's
blurred in the foreground.
Yeah. And even the director is like, I feel like people aren't going to give Bill Skarsgård the credit he deserves in this movie because he's so like you don't see him at all in this movie. That dude is really just like eating up all the great roles.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Crow for me personally, I'm really excited for, and then Deadpool 3 I'm really pumped for.
Nice.
What else you got on your list?
Well, now that they've released the trailer for Furiosa, I'm all over that.
That looks incredible.
Yeah.
So good. I
just love that world and I can't wait to go back to it.
Yeah.
And I mean, people loved Fury Road so much that I was unsure how people would react to a prequel.
Yeah.
But Anya Taylor-Joy, come on. She can do no wrong.
She's great, yeah.
Everything she's in is gold.
Yeah. She's so talented.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
So I'm psyched for that. And it literally looks like in this one that he took his color palette from Fury Road and then cranked it up a little bit.
Yeah, I know. It's
so colorful.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what I love about that world. So I can't wait to see
Fury Road is incredible. I'm just glad it's like George Miller again.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have, if it was a totally different like creative team behind it, I don't know that I would give a shit.
Yeah.
Or as much of a shit, but I give all the shits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give all the shits too.
Here's all my shits.
Joker.
I'm interested.
You're iffy on the first?
I am. His acting is amazing in it. Like,
I love it for what it is, but I'm not the comic head you are.
No, yeah, I'm a real comic head. That's what they call me.
Comic head.
Yeah,
that's what all the kids on the playground call him.
Yeah. Why is he still hanging out on playgrounds?
What you doing, comic head?
Yeah, get off your seesaw. You're too heavy. Yeah, I'm so curious because, I mean, like, his acting was great. The look of the movie was really great. His version of the Joker I didn't like. Fucking cry baby. Everyone's mean to me.
I loved him.
It just for me, that's not the Joker at all. But
see, that's because you're doing comparing.
Well,
you're comparing it. It's like when I went into that movie, I went into it as a completely original movie. I wasn't thinking of anything. I was just like, this is a thriller about a guy who's going nuts.
Yeah, and I get that. So it's like, as you know, if you look at everything like a fucking multiverse, and it's just like, in this world, Joker thinks he's like a real big victim, and he's, I don't know. It just, for me, he's too like
fucking comic head.
Get back on the seesaw, fucking comic head. But for the second one, I'm because I heard it's a musical also, which is like,
that's weird.
And I can only,
I just hope if it has musical stuff, I hope it has musical stuff, but that it's not all a musical.
Yeah, it's
like, I don't care if there's a musical number in it.
No, and I'm almost
curious
afraid
to see Lady Gaga because I think she's underrated as an actress.
She's a great actress, and I'm almost afraid because it's a musical, we'll be watching Lady Gaga dressed in a Harley Quinn suit instead of her as a performance. You know,
I think the thing that's got me most confident about it is that Joaquin Phoenix is very picky.
Yeah.
And he has a lot to say about the movies he's in.
Right.
He doesn't usually just show up and act and go home. So I have faith that
I'll still see it, of course, because it's, you know,
you'll see it. I didn't love the
person.
Comic head adjacent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what the term is.
Yeah.
On the playground.
I know all the terms.
I'll see it, but it's not. I didn't even write it down.
Of course you didn't.
Fucking the new Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
after the new trailer, I was like, whoa.
Me too.
Because I don't know if it's like controversial, but the last one I thought was just so.
I loved it.
Really?
Loved it.
There was elements that I absolutely loved, and I of course like cried at the end of it and stuff like that. But I'm just like, it's, you know, the fact that it's Zool again and it's the same ending essentially again. It just felt like I don't know. There was something weird. I know they also had to film it during COVID or something like that, I think. So it's like, you know, I don't know. There's something empty about it. I don't know how to describe it.
I felt the opposite. I felt it felt like the perfect bridge.
Yeah.
From the originals. But I mean, we can't trust your opinion because you like Ghostbusters
I'm a real
too.
Comic head. I don't like Ghostbusters 2.
I thought you did like Ghostbusters 2.
I mean, it's okay. Ghostbusters 2 is
I was sure you liked Ghostbusters 2.
Nah. I think you're thinking about one of those Ghostbuster heads that hang out in the playgrounds next to the comic heads.
I always confuse the comic heads.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, the fucking Statue of Liberty comes to life. Come on.
Yeah,
but yeah, the new one it just looks so like
new.
Yeah, new. You know what I mean? Like they're like, okay,
instead of being like, oh, there's ghosts and they have to get them with the laser beams. Instead, it was like, oh, look, something's fucking happening everywhere.
Yeah,
and it's like it just looks like the stakes are way higher. Yeah, I think it looks great. Can't wait.
So after the trailer, I was really like, I'm 1,000% sold.
Yeah,
the cast is great. I love that. You know, like they I don't know how much the kind of like legacy characters are back in this one. I have a feeling Winston is like going to play a bigger role because like at the end of the last one, wasn't he like, because he's like a rich business guy now, which is awesome.
So you think he's going to fund it?
That's what I think, which is great because I kind of feel like Ernie Hudson and Winston always kind of got fucked over with the other two Ghostbuster movies.
Yeah,
so it's awesome that he's a bigger part. But yeah, the trailer absolutely sold me. It looks really new and cool. No pun intended.
I was going to say, although now I'm thinking about it, it might open before Christmas.
Oh,
in which case you're hearing this late. But the new Planet of the Apes.
Oh, yeah, I have that too. I don't know when that opens, and it looks amazing.
It looks amazing. Yeah. I love those movies so much.
So good.
So much.
I need to rewatch those again.
They're so heavy.
Yeah.
And so, like...
They're underrated too.
And you know their effects are good when Lee likes them because they're chock full of CG and Lee likes them.
It's
That's
like
crazy.
Flawless. The CG stuff is flawless.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like if a bad effect happens, it pulls me out of the movie. But those movies, I'm like engaged the whole fucking time. 100%. I'm like, those are real monkeys.
And the fact that they made a new trilogy based on a famous trilogy, it's very famous, and they created a new mythology.
Yep.
Like they really did, and they did it
totally,
perfectly.
yeah.
And the fact that this new movie is going back to kind of the origins
Yep.
of where it all started, where people are like hunted and feral, and in the woods, you know, and the apes are running everything. That's so
I'm wondering if
and it looks like they can all talk perfectly now.
Yeah,
not just Caesar and a couple of apes.
Yeah, they're smarter than me now.
Yeah, they were smart.
Honestly, monkeys at the zoo today are smarter than me. Yeah, some of them know sign language, and I don't know sign language, so they're smarter. I'm wondering if in this new one it'll come back to like the astronaut.
Yeah, I don't know,
because they made a mention of that in the first one, the James Franco one.
Yeah,
and it's like it was such a small detail, and you're like, oh, there goes Charlton Heston.
Yeah,
or Marky Mark.
Yeah.
Because he was in the Tim Burton one.
I know.
Oof. Why are these apes so mad at me, bro? Hey, I'm a monkey just like you. We share DNA.
That one's grown on me. I actually don't mind that one.
Say hi to your monkey mother for me.
Not to mention Tim Roth as the evil.
Oh
monkey.
yeah, that was good. I feel like I didn't hate it. I don't know that I love that there was like a kind of like a hey Helena Bottom Carter monkey. I kind of like you.
What's wrong with that?
Because she's a monkey, bro.
Oh, so he shouldn't fall in love with her because she's different than him? Way to go, Lee.
I am against interspecies mingling.
Oh, yeah, that's what the Nazis said. Anyway.
This took a turn. Keep going. They were trying to make werewolf people. I don't know about that. Anyway.
Okay, so Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes looks awesome. I'm pretty psyched for Ballerina. The John Wick spinoff. No trailers yet.
Okay.
And I was psyched because I saw on Netflix they were like new movie Ballerina, and I'm like, and it was an Asian action movie. And I was like, oh, it's not the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks great. Anna de Armas spinoff from John Wick. I'm pretty psyched about that.
I did not watch that Continental show.
I enjoyed it. It got trashed in the reviews,
Did it really?
And I thought it was really cool. And it had some action scenes that were awesome.
Is it like a prequel thing?
Yeah, prequel.
Okay.
It's the main character is playing
Dylan McDermott.
No.
You know what's funny is we're making these jokes now, but this is like, if the people are listening and be like, every week they have to make these episodes, and it's all on the same day.
No, why can't I remember my old
Shane
brain?
something?
Yeah, Shane
McDougal. I'm so sorry.
Don't say Ian McShane.
Yeah.
Ian McShane.
I knew there's a Mick in there.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's racist too.
That he's not that's Irish. Anyway.
What? Are you saying no, okay.
No. We're gonna have to cut so much of this out.
Thanks, guys.
Oh my God. No, Ian McShane.
Yep.
The main character was playing him as a young man.
Oh, cool.
That's what the show was basically about.
Okay.
And I really dug it. I thought it was really cool. It had some really inventive action, and I liked it. Quiet Place Day One.
Yeah.
Pretty psyched for that.
Was there a trailer for that?
Nope.
No, okay. I loved both of those movies.
Me too.
They're so good.
Yeah, and when the second one came out, I'm like, come on. Are you really going to be as good? Like,
yeah.
It's not.
And it's like, it's kind of like a 28 weeks later kind of situation where it's like, holy shit.
It was a more action-packed.
Incredible, yeah.
It was
the
really
opening scene in part 2 was like when they're first landing and stuff. John Krasinski is a fucking great director.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah. I think you're good. Like 5 years from now, I doubt he'll be in much. I bet he's going to be like a top tier director.
Great with.
Yeah.
That one's on there as well. Godzilla X Kong or Times Kong.
I just saw the trailer. It just dropped.
Godzilla Times Kong.
Actually, not when you're listening to this, listeners.
Yeah.
But when we recorded this, it just dropped.
So mad.
Listeners. So I can hear you from here.
Yelling at
judging
your car
me.
stereos.
But yeah, it looks cool.
Oh my God.
I dug how the last one ended, and I'm there for anything giant monster.
Oh my God. Have you been watching Monarch?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
It's been okay.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the current episode, but the thing I'm not liking about it is that at the end, they're like, there's no monsters for the whole episodes, and then every last 10 minutes, they're like, here's a monster.
Right.
Because it's the last 10 minutes. Look, it's a monster. End credits.
Yeah.
And then the next show is like, talk.
Yeah.
Last 10 minutes, here's a monster again, folks.
Yeah, there's a bit more, I think, in the new episode.
I'm anticipating that that's where it's building, is that the final episodes are going to have more of that.
Yeah.
But the creature stuff has been cool. Everybody's been great in it.
Mm-hmm.
Wyatt Russell's been great.
Oh,
Kurt Russell's been great.
I love that in the trailer for the new one, Godzilla, it's like he's got like a mech arm or something like that. Like, did he break his
armor or something?
Yeah, and it's like Godzilla has like pinky ready energy now. It's like, oh, that's neat. Like, what's happening?
And there's shots that look like there's like an entire King Kong civilization or something.
Yeah, it's so neat.
And they're
I'm totally It's funny. Like I not that I think that like these movies could happen, but it's like everything that they give us, I'm just like, yep. You know, it's like, the center of the earth is fucking hollow and has upside down gravity and giant monsters. I'm like, awesome, I'm in. I believe this.
And to me, the new wave of Godzilla and Kong movies for me is improving and improving and improving. Because I thought the first Godzilla was that Gareth Edwards?
Maybe,
I want to think that was Gareth Edwards.
The Bryan Cranston one?
Yeah. I thought it was kind of boring.
Me too.
And there wasn't enough monsters. But then they did Godzilla King of Monsters, which was like a monster fest.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And the look of it was gorgeous. It was a beautiful movie. And then Kong Skull Island I thought was fun. Right. But I didn't love it. But then Godzilla vs. Kong came out and I love that.
Yeah.
So it's been like up and down and back and forth, but they seem to be improving.
Give me giant monsters.
Yeah,
I'm totally
any day of the week.
Yeah,
any day of the week.
I love that. What else we got? I wrote New Apes movie. We talked about that. Terrifier 3.
Yes, Terrifier 3. I can't wait.
Christmas movie.
I have such an interesting relationship with those movies because I remember for years knowing about All Hallows Eve and the original Terrifier.
Yeah.
And just being, I'm not going to watch that. It looks stupid. It's like a low budget ripoff of whatever. And I just thought they looked dumb. And then I saw that 2 was coming out. So I'm like, maybe I'll watch the first one. And then I went back and watched it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is really cool.
Right.
And it's like self-aware of what it is.
Yeah.
And doesn't try to pretend to be something else.
Yeah.
And yet, and it's also like an exercise in like mime.
That dude is incredible.
Yeah,
also,
he's amazing.
Again, I met that guy at the convention and he's like the nicest fucking dude in the world. And
they can't all be the nicest guy in the world.
Well, if I meet a dick, I'll tell you.
Let's say one of the nicest.
I see.
Because they can't all be the.
They are.
Okay. We'll just go with that.
Yeah. One of the nicest guys in the world.
Yeah, I've heard that about him.
He's just super like down to earth, and it's like you don't feel like you're talking to like a movie star guy. He's just like a guy that like maybe you're friends with. He's awesome.
But a lot of those physical actors I think are like that, like Doug Jones and whatever.
Oh God, Doug Jones, don't get me started.
But then I watched Terrifier 2 and it was like, oh, it's 2 hours and 20 minutes of like the clown, and I was like, how are they going to make that work? And yet somehow you watch 2.5 hours and it feels like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Like super
even
fast
with
paced.
like a 15-minute long murder scene.
Yeah. Which again, some people might watch and be like, oh, it's too extreme. And it's like, no, but it's almost making fun of itself.
Oh, yeah. It's, yeah.
But
absolutely.
It was great. So I am really psyched. And the fact that they're making it a Christmas movie is just
the smartest thing they could have done.
So brilliant.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Love it.
What else you got?
Twisters, finally.
Oh, that a sequel to Twister, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yes.
And
is anybody coming? Oh, like Bill
I don't
Paxton
know.
died. Philip
I don't know.
died.
The thing that makes me sad, I'll go see it because I will literally buy a ticket to anything that has natural disaster.
Right. Yeah, I like stuff like that.
Like, I mean, I don't know how much critics hated that Moonfall movie, the last Roland Emmerich one, and I loved it. It was so much fun, right, Jay?
Yeah.
It was so much fun. The moon broke up and is falling into the earth. Come on.
That's great.
How can you not like that? And Patrick Wilson. Come on.
I mean, I do love Patrick Wilson.
But anyway.
Patty Wills. That's what I call him because we're best friends.
Yeah.
What up, Patty Wills? He's like, don't fucking call me that. There's a restraining order. And I'm like, give me a hug. You're my dad.
Lee's got a wig on and he's like, it's me, Vera Farmiga.
Yeah. Give me a smooch.
No, like, I'll go see it, and I'm curious to see a trailer and whatever, but it saddens me because when Bill Paxton was alive, he campaigned for years to do a sequel. And he had apparently developed a script.
Wow.
I think he might have wanted to direct it. Like, it was his passion project, and nobody would make it. And that just makes me so sad. And I don't know if this one has anything to do.
Do you know anything about it?
No, don't know anything about it. I just know it's a new generation of storm chasers, so it's new people.
Okay.
But I don't know if they're connecting it
Well, as
to-
long as they got a whole shitload of natural disaster stuff, I'm in.
Yeah, like I'll see it for sure, but it just saddens me that it's like, come on, Bill Paxton, who is like one of the most lovable guys in Hollywood, wanted to do this, and
Right.
nobody listened to him. So.
I think actually I heard the only returning I can't even say it. I'm such an idiot. The only returning person from the first one is that cow that went by the fucking
Okay, I thought for a second from the look on your face, I thought you were going to say, I'm pretty sure the only returning person is Dylan McDermott.
is the twister.
But yeah, I'll go see that. There's a new movie coming out. There wasn't much about it. I think it's called Mickey 17.
Weird. I haven't seen the first 16. I don't know if I'm going to know what's going on.
It's from Bong Joon-ho, the guy who did Parasite.
Okay.
Did you see Parasite?
No.
Oh my!
It's I know, dude.
Movies ever?
Never. I'm
Can I take
like
over?
Yeah, you might have to.
The producer.
How good was Parasite, Jay?
I keep meaning to. I
It
keep
was
meaning to, but
so
it's like
It deserves
good.
the wins.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard.
it's so good.
I'm telling you, I'm always working on stuff, and everything I put on is background.
But
these
anyway,
days,
well, it's a
or else I'll have an
sci-fi.
anxiety attack.
It's a sci-fi.
I didn't even know that. Don't tell me anything else about it because I want to go in fresh, like Frank Costanza. Like
What?
Frank Costanza, I want to go in fresh.
What are you talking about?
Parasite? Or are you talking about
No,
Mickey
it's not
16?
the new one, Mickey
Oh, okay.
17.
17, right?
Oh my god. Okay, so I don't know what it's about, but he's an amazing director.
Right.
But listen to this and tell me if this doesn't automatically make you buy a ticket. The lead guy in it, Robert Pattinson,
I'm in already.
Mark Ruffalo,
Nice.
Tony
Ruffs.
Collette,
Nice.
Stephen Young.
Holy shit. Stephen Young is the best, and I hope
I
that guy
know.
becomes the biggest star in the world.
I know. So on IMDb under this movie, it says plot under wraps.
Oh.
I've heard it's something about some sort of body thing, sci-fi, like replacing bodies or some, I don't know.
Huh.
But sci-fi,
That cast,
that director, that cast,
Wow.
come on,
Fucking, that's
all
great.
over it. Beetlejuice too?
I wrote that down there too. I was going to ask what your thoughts are. I'm excited,
Yeah.
but at the same time, what I worry about is when movies take forever to make a sequel.
Yeah.
And then they do it, and you're like, oof, like fucking. Did you ever see Dumb and Dumber 2 or whatever the fuck it was called?
I think I might have watched 10 minutes of
it's terrible.
it. Yeah.
Like, terrible.
I know. I'm not,
Like,
I don't have high hopes for it, and yet I want to return to that universe.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know.
You know, it's cool. Like, you know, I've seen like behind the scenesy things. Like I like the cast. Jenna Ortega being Winona Ryder's daughter is cool.
I'm not doing it, but I used to do Beetlejuice impersonation back in the day. Do you remember that?
Oh, kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta break it out.
Yeah.
Break that out again.
Maybe someday. We'll see.
It's too dusty of an impression. You'll just be like, "Hippy happy happy do, I'm Beetlejuice. Spit on a dog." I don't remember what the lyrics were for that part of the movie. I'll chew on a dog. That's what he says. Anyway, spit on a dog. Save that guy for later.
I'm gonna be one of those guys that just does impersonations that are one word or like a grunt.
Oh my god, yeah.
So my
Yeah.
Beetlejuice impersonation is
It's literally anybody's dad like burping in their easy chair. Yep. Yeah, I hope it's good.
yeah.
It's cool. Like, yeah, Catherine O'Hara's back in it and stuff. That's awesome. And
Yeah.
I just
see.
who did I hear was in it playing like Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe's in it,
Oh.
and he's playing a detective who's dressed as a cucumber. No, he's not a cucumber, but he's like an undead detective or something like that.
Interesting.
In the afterlife.
That's cool.
Yeah, I hope, I don't know. I hope it's good.
Well, in the realm of strange sequels that I maybe thought I'd never see, we also are going to get a Gladiator 2.
That's weird.
It's weird because it's Ridley.
Didn't like everybody.
Yeah, but have you heard who the lead is?
Dylan McDermott.
It's
No,
never
seriously.
not funny.
I don't. It's weird. It's supposed to take place after the first one.
Yeah, because like
So, I mean,
everyone's
he's
dead, right?
dead.
Yeah.
But have you heard who the lead in it is in it? Because you might want to go see it then. Because it is still Ridley Scott again.
Oh wow.
And the lead is Denzel Washington.
What? Crazy. That's
I can't tell if you're being serious.
It is. It's Denzel Washington.
wow. Interesting.
Hold that up.
Yeah, then you're there, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember the
Me
last
too.
time I saw the first.
Because when he
Gladiator.
first said Gladiator 2, I'm like, what? Why? I don't understand that at all.
Yeah,
And then they were like, starring Denzel Washington. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm reserving
is
my
like
ticket.
now I don't remember because it's been so long. Like Joaquin Phoenix, he's alive at the end of the first one, or did he die?
I don't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah, I mean
Oh,
that's like when did
no.
that come out?
2000?
That I was thinking
I want
around
to say
there. Yeah,
2000.
that's crazy.
I thought it was dead.
I just hope they call it
Maybe.
like Gladiator something and like not Gladiator 2 because that
No,
will
I
sound.
think I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh,
called
really?
Gladiator
Well,
2.
Ridley, you fucked up. What
I
do you know
know.
about making
What are
movies,
you
Ridley
doing?
But
But I'll go.
yeah, like Teen Wolf 2, Gladiator 2. He's going to college this time.
But yes, I don't know.
Yeah, interesting.
Like I have a strange relationship with those two because the biggest movies of that time were Gladiator and Braveheart, right? Those were two mega hits.
Right.
And to this day, you stop the average Joe in the street and you say, "What's your favorite movie?" A lot of the time, it's Gladiator or Braveheart.
Right.
Like they seem to be favorites of the common man.
Okay.
Those movies for me are like, yeah, they were great movies, but I rarely find that
Think
I
of
want to
them?
revisit them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't recall the last time I rewatched either.
Yeah, like they always have like Braveheart had that thing where Rob Roy came out at the same time. I think
Oh,
Rob Roy's far superior.
Liam Neeson?
Yeah,
Right.
far superior.
Is that
Really
when they took
great
his
movie.
daughter?
What?
They took his daughter in that one? Rob Roy? He has a very specific set of skills. My name is Rob Roy, and this is a period piece, question mark? I didn't see the film. That's Taken, starring Dylan McDermott.
So another
So
one,
sorry.
another one that I heard about, and I thought this sounds interesting, and then but now I saw a trailer and I'm like, maybe not.
Oh, no.
Is the Fall Guy?
I wrote
Ryan
that, and I thought
Gosling?
it looked really funny.
Well, see, I loved the Fall Guy when it was on
Right.
TV with what's his
Lee
name?
Majors?
Yeah,
Yeah.
$6 Million Man.
Right.
It was great, and it was basically about a Hollywood stuntman who ends up getting into messes and helping people out, stuff like that.
Sure. Like every show back in the 80s.
Yeah, and and I don't like how a lot of the stuff that I did like they keep turning into like silly stuff, like
Okay.
21 Jump Street.
Right.
Like, because I
right.
still think a 21 Jump Street serious cop movie would be really cool.
Yeah.
Like find an actor who's got that like face that could.
Liam Neeson. I'm 17 years old, and they've taken my daughter.
Oh, we're not going to get through this episode.
Hee.
But yeah, and then I watched the trailer and I was just like, I love Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
But the trailer didn't do anything for me. So
It's funny. I was kind of the opposite. I
I'll
was
have to
just
wait and
like,
see.
oh, based on the show, okay, cool. And then I watched the trailer, and I'm like, actually, this looks fun as hell.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different strokes, right, guys? Different strokes for different folks. What might be right for you might not be right for some. The Wonder Years. What? No, I'm just doing stuff to make Jay laugh.
Now the whole next week on the podcast is just going to be Lee
Going
saying
Dylan
random
McDermott. Dylan
sentences.
McDermott.
One more before I
Yeah,
have
please,
one more on
please.
my list before you get back to your list. Oh, two more.
No,
I'll do one.
I think my list is up. What do you got?
Oh, your list is done. Okay. I just heard that they're actually doing a prequel to The Omen
Oh, that's right.
called The First Omen.
Yeah, they released like just like a photo
Yeah.
or something too.
And I'm pretty excited about that. I don't know who's making it or if it'll
Right.
be good, but I love the Omen movies. And actually, they did a TV show that was called Damien that was actually pretty good
Right.
about him growing. It bombed. People hated it, but I enjoyed it. Barbara Hershey was in it. It was great. But yeah, First Omen, I'm like, hey, there's a lot of potential there for some cool stuff. Hasn't been an Omen movie in a long time. knows?
I don't know if I know who the director is. Oh, Bill Nye is in it,
Oh,
which
that's
is cool. Not a lot of people that I'm like, oh, like this person. So maybe it is just kind of like a smaller.
Yeah, I think it's like
Smaller
along the
movie.
lines of like a Blumhouse movie.
Yeah,
Which
that's cool.
usually aren't giant stars or anything, right? So I'm looking forward to that. And then we didn't even mention that there's a new Alien movie next year.
Oh my God, isn't that a?
Alien Romulus. There's a
Romulus,
series
that's so
and a
weird.
movie
I was
coming
just gonna
next
say,
year.
There's an FX series. Right?
Yeah, there's an FX series and a
Isn't
movie.
Neil Blomkamp doing? Oh no, that was like he was gonna make an alien movie.
Yeah,
Forever
that
ago.
was he was going to, and then it never materialized.
right.
But Alien Romulus is
It's so weird that it's called Romulus because that's a.
Fede Alvarez from Evil Dead.
Oh shit, that's amazing.
Yeah, he's doing it. I don't really know anybody in it. It doesn't really have anybody known. But the fact that he's doing it, I dig his stuff a lot.
Romulus is a planet in Star Trek, so it's weird that it's called that. They should just call it like Alien Naboo or.
I'm seriously just going to retire from this episode and just let you say sentences.
That's awesome, though. That is it. Like, isn't? And I'm trying to remember. Maybe I'm confusing the show with that movie because one of them I heard takes place in between Alien and Aliens.
I think that's the show.
Okay,
I think I'm not positive, but I think so. But the show I'm looking forward to too.
I'm in for all of it. Like,
Yeah, I am too. I wasn't big on the last Alien movie, Covenant.
No, I think I was.
I thought it was it really dragged. I thought it could have used a little more editing.
Yeah. I loved Prometheus. A lot of people were kind of like,
it's very divisive among aliens,
but I like loved it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's like right up there for me.
Yeah, I loved all the shit with the engineers and stuff. And it's like, I get when people will try and point out, like, if this guy is like a fucking whatever he is, a zoologist, like, why would he go up to an alien species and put his face in its face? And I'm like, whatever, who cares? Yeah. Just go along for the ride.
Yeah. Or people who say, when the big thing was falling in the end, why didn't they just run off to the side? And it's like, I don't know, if you had a skyscraper falling on you, would you be like, what's my best course of action?
I can duck it. Yeah.
Yeah, like, give me a...
yeah, but it's like...
But everybody in it was amazing.
Fassbender was amazing. Oh my God. That
scene
scene where... who is it? Noomi
Rapace.
In it? Yeah.
One of my all-time favorite actresses.
When she has to... like
movie on Netflix. Suggestion. There's a movie on Netflix called The Trip with her. Oh my God. It's about a husband and wife, real quick, folks. A husband and wife go to a cabin and they each think that they're going there just to kind of rekindle their relationship.
Right.
But they're actually going to try and kill each other. They're both planning to kill the other. And then it's thwarted by criminals who end up showing up and they have to work together to stop the criminals.
Wow.
And it's like dark humor and violent and hilarious. It was great. Anyway,
that's awesome. Yeah, that scene where she has to...
The Trip. It's called The Trip.
Starring... I'm not going to say it. Has to use that fucking... That machine to like get the alien out of her stomach is like...
amazing.
Hard to watch almost because it's so amazing. Like it's so... holy shit. Stressful.
And she sells it 100%. So you're like, you can imagine being in that machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that movie. Like, I loved all the shit with the engineers. And it's like, this is how life actually started.
Yeah.
And I love there's like all these like kind of fan theories. And I think some of that have kind of panned out or been like confirmed that because supposedly the engineers with all the planets and all the galaxies that they set up had almost like emissaries for them to kind of help guide whatever. And somebody like did the math on it, and because then obviously something bad happened on Earth and the engineers were like, fuck this planet, and they were going to end life on Earth. And somebody kind of did the math on it and stuff, and they're like, that was like 2,000 years ago. And they're like, was Jesus like an emissary of the engineers? And then we crucified Jesus, so the engineers like, this race has no hope, so let's go and fucking destroy the planet.
That's cool.
I don't know if it's just a fan theory.
They should explore that.
That would be so... That'd be neat. Yeah, there's one out of all the Jesus movies, no aliens, and I really think that they should put more aliens in it. Werewolves, ghouls, leprechauns,
I agree.
Munchies, whatever.
You want to hear just a comment that's just stupid?
Yeah.
The first Alien movie is the only Alien movie that's actually on 4K.
Weird.
How stupid
like
is
of
that?
all the movie series that would like look amazing.
You'd think they'd be the first things on 4K. None of them. Aliens is coming out next March.
Okay.
But yeah, up to this point, the first Alien is the only one.
Huh.
Like, how can Prometheus not be on 4K?
Oh my God, yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, I don't know if I had already said it, but Fassbender was amazing. And
yeah, he was. He was. That was one of the movies that really initially made me a huge fan of his.
Yeah.
That and Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah. Those
were the first things I saw him in that I was like, who is this dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah.
So,
just like Tom Hardy in Inception.
Oh, right.
That was the first time I ever saw Tom Hardy, I think.
Amen.
It was the first time I saw him was either that or Bronson.
Oh,
I think I saw Bronson after because I was like, who's that guy in Inception? And then went and found Bronson.
Technically, the first thing I saw Tom Hardy in was it was one of the Star Trek movies, and he was playing a clone of Picard.
Oh, really?
And it's weird to look. Yeah, it was like not Insurrection, Nemesis, Star Trek Nemesis.
Right.
And it's so funny because you look at him and it's like he's like rail thin, like he almost doesn't look like Tom Hardy.
Wow.
And it's like the movie was very so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the first thing I technically saw him in. But I think I saw maybe Bronson first.
Yeah.
And then later on, I was like, wait a minute,
that guy
was
Bronson's like the definition of a tour de force performance.
Holy shit, incredible,
just nuts.
So cool. Yeah, I think like I can't think of anything else that's big in 2024. I can't believe there's no other Marvel stuff.
Yeah, I know. I do have a list of some other
honestly.
stuff that might be interesting to some people. There's a lot of animation sequels coming out in 2024. Inside Out 2.
Oh, I want to see that because I really liked Inside Out.
Yeah, it was great. Kung Fu Panda 4 after all these years, which is great because I love the Kung Fu Pandas. Despicable Me 4.
Holy shit!
which they're
still making
finally
those?
abandoning the Minions and going
My
back
God.
to Gru.
What are all the wine moms going to do if they don't have Minion memes
I
to post
know.
on Facebook?
I know. Well, there'll still be Minions in it.
I suppose.
M. Night's doing a movie called Trap that is, Trap might be the one his daughter or his sister is.
Oh,
I can't remember if it's his daughter. I think it's his daughter is becoming a director.
oh my God! It's
herself.
amazing.
Yeah. Smile 2 is supposed to be coming next year, which I'm
I
psyched
really
for.
like Smile. I
love
should have put that
Smile.
on my list for movies last year.
Maybe it came out at the end of 2022.
Maybe.
Oh no, maybe not. Anyway.
But I saw it in 2023.
And then, and then I don't know if it'll end up coming out in 2024, but Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan are trying to find a new Karate Kid.
Yeah, I saw
So
that
that's
they're
interesting.
doing that. Maybe it's crazy that they're
Because I dug a lot of things about the remake. I'm not big on Jaden in it, although it was probably one of his better performances.
Yeah, it was like okay.
But Jackie Chan was an amazing Mr. Miyagi and had scenes that had me almost crying.
Yeah, he
was
was great. I really hope if in this new one they talk about why his movie was called The Karate Kid when he was teaching Kung Fu. That's like having a baseball movie and calling it a football movie.
It's true.
They are different. I think they obviously did that because they were just like, well, the name Karate Kid is a bankable name.
Yeah.
And then fucking didn't worry about it.
But I think it's also supposed to be like a nickname.
Yeah, maybe.
Like I think it's making fun of like the other ones because the other kids were learning karate, right?
In the originals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were learning karate and then he learned Kung Fu.
Oh, in the Jaden one. Sorry. I mean, I thought they were all learning Kung Fu because they were.
No, I thought that. No, I'm talking.
They were in China.
China.
And Kung Fu is Chinese.
I'm talking about in the original, the
Ralph
Cobra
Macchio
Kai.
ones.
Were they teaching karate or Kung Fu?
All karate. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's called the Karate Kid because they were all learning karate in that town.
Right.
So the Karate Kid would be like a slang term, even though he was learning.
Yeah.
One scene where the kid made a joke at like called him like the Karate Kid.
Yeah. He actually said that in it?
Yeah,
to Jaden?
Well, there.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
There was like a.
Oh, that's
kid,
probably.
and like.
So they probably remedied that in the remake.
Yeah. So
Okay.
weird. Anyway,
But and I also
interesting to
love the
see.
stuff in the remake where Miyagi took him to like a Shaolin temple.
I don't think his name was Miyagi in that though. It was Mr. Han.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
But the Miyagi character.
Yes, I see.
But I love when he took him to a Shaolin temple and tried
Right.
to teach him about that as well.
Yeah, I only saw it the one time, but I remember like it's not too bad.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
thought it was
okay.
all right. And then the last thing is there's supposed to be a new Jordan Peele out next Christmas Day,
Oh,
2024 Christmas Day.
I
It's
am
already-
all in. Whatever Jordan
Yeah.
Peele wants to.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if that's not going to be the People Under the Stairs remake.
Don't know.
No, I
It
wonder
just says untitled.
because he's supposedly remaking People Under the Stairs,
Yeah.
and of course people are like, "Oh, don't remake it." And it's like. It's for
Yeah,
one. I mean, who doesn't love Wes Craven that loves horror?
Yeah.
But it's People Under
The
the,
movie
Stairs.
was okay.
The
It
movie
wasn't-
was, it came out
It's no
30
great
years ago.
masterpiece.
And it's like, maybe this will be something good.
Well, it looks like Real Ramblers' new thing for 2024 is that we're going way over our runtime. Hour-long episodes. Welcome to Real Ramblers.
You're welcome, assholes. And that's an endearing term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, lots to look forward to in 2024, and I'm sure that we'll be covering a lot of those on Real Ramblers as long as we're all still alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed.
Yeah. So thanks for tuning in, and I guess we'll see you next week, folks. Well, you'll hear us. We won't see you.
Yeah. We don't see any of you.
No.
Some of you.
No.
Dr. Stephen Brule, Real Ramblers, Grandma on. I can think of another one.
You've got to make a list and prepare for these
I
sign-offs.
wrote some
Your
down.
fans
Okay,
love them.
This is Will Forte, and I like to ramble on. I like to ramble with Bill, and I like to ramble with Lee. And if you like to ramble too, then ramble with us.
That's pretty stellar. That's pretty good. Seemed calm for a sign-off, but
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
Will Forte, unless he's like really losing his mind,
true.
just
Little full MacGruber now.
I don't have it in me.
Oh.
Well, we're definitely rambling.
Ramble on.
Nope.
No. Goodbye.
See you next week, folks. Ramble on.
Thanks for listening to The Real Ramblers. Follow us on Instagram at Real Ramblers. That's REEL Ramblers. And you can follow Lee at Lee Howard _art and Bill at JustTheBill1138.